Hi Leo, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your Winter Solstice 2021 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed and linked in the description box below. Now before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Oh, goodness. How will Leo be affected by the Winter Solstice 2021? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Goodness. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. At the bottom is our rooted self. The left-hand side is our inner self. The middle, our heart, our emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. So let's see what the cards have to say. We have the moon, which is Pisces energy coming through, and we have the star, which is Aquarius energy coming through. So if we have Pisces or Aquarius within our natal chart, this part of our personality is going to come through very strongly as a grounding part of our personality. Then we have the Nine of Wands, and we have the Five of Cups in our inner self. In our heart, we have the Hangman, Temperance, which is Sagittarius energy, the Six of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles. If we have Sagittarius energy within our natal chart, this is coming through very strongly for us emotionally. Then we have the public arena self. We have the Knight of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and the Ten of Coins, which is prosperity, success that lasts for generations. Let's look at the energy we need to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. This is the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have to be mindful of not minding our words and people who don't mind theirs. So this is going to be a sense of being rather sharp. Now, we can be in situations during this time that kind of don't feel as smooth to us as we would like them to be. And we can respond snippily, but we're also going to find that we're going to read way too much into other people's words. Now, the Queen of Swords is somebody who can give a compliment and an insult in the exact same breath and does so very well. They like to cut people down. Just being mindful of this energy, just being mindful of this intensity and not kind of rising to their occasion, not going to their level, is going to be so important for us during this time. Then we have our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. This is creativity. Now, this is the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra is a complex chakra because it's where our creative energy is held, it's where our sensual energy is held, but it's also where all the trauma, drama from this life and from past lives are held. So here we have creativity, we have, this intensity coming forward, but we can also have the scars like pulling us back. And what we're going to do during this winter solstice is really connect with the sense of, what do I want to create and how do I need to create it during this time? So let's take a little bit to look at this winter solstice, astrologically speaking, and what influences are going to be affecting us during the longest night of the year. So we're going to be celebrating on the winter solstice the rebirth of life. This is a time of letting go of anything that doesn't align with our higher purpose or with a higher energy vibration. It's like everything that feels like it's pulling us down, everything that feels like it's kind of like walking through mud. We're going to see ourselves just releasing a lot of negativity. As we do so, okay, we're being given the time to look at our fears and what has been holding us back and why we need to change, like what we need to change and how we are embracing change within our lives. We're also going to be put off balance by two energies. So we have the energy of freedom and we have the energy of responsibilities or, authority. And what we're going to see here is we're really kind of fighting against both of these. So we're fighting for power of both of these, but I do see that we're fighting against both of these. It's almost like we're going to be rebelling against one and then rebelling against the other. And why this energy is so strong is because we have the energy of Saturn and Uranus here. On the 20th of December, right before, the winter solstice, Mercury is going to be semi-sextile Saturn and it's also going to be trine Uranus. Now, this means that things become intense, and it's not helped by the fact that Saturn is squared Uranus on the 24th of December, which is Christmas Eve for those who celebrate. So here we have this energy of these two planets really coming to the forefront of our minds, really coming to the forefront of our thoughts because of Mercury. Mercury is putting it there. Mercury is, rules our communication. It rules our, insights into things, and we're going to have this energy of freedom and authority really coming forward and to the forefront of our minds, really coming forward in our lives. And it's going to be amplified also by the fact that the sun is moving in from Sagittarius into Capricorn. Now we have here Sagittarius energy right at our heart. So we're going to align more, Leo, with freedom than we are going to with authority. But we also just have to be very mindful of this. And this is also shown because the star here, Aquarius, is ruled by Uranus. So we have Sagittarius energy, which is, outspoken, it's optimistic, it's extroverted, and then we have Capricorn energy, which is hardworking, responsible, and ambitious. And Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. So we have this energy coming forward, and we're going to be pushing towards freedom, but we also have to do so in the way that aligns us with our goals. Because Leo, if we're not aligned with our goals, we don't feel like we're really living. So this is going to be something that's very powerful for us. The sense of I'm aligning with my goals, with my responsibilities, with what I want to balance within my life so that my dreams can come forward, so that I can be more free within my existence. This can be a time where we work really, really hard to be able to play, to be able to really embrace our happiness. And that's what we're going to be working towards in 2022. 2022 is the angel number 222, new beginnings. And that's going to be so powerful for us. We're looking at this moon. We're looking at this time when, and I say this moon here because of course it's the longest night of the year, right? And we're just coming out of the full moon. So this is super intense. And what we have is this intensity of insight, this intensity of ideas coming forward, the subconscious and the conscious coming forward within us and saying, how am I moving? moving forward? Where is it that I'm going? What is it that I want? How is it that I'm embracing myself and my desires? Very, very in line with what the winter solstice means. And as we're doing this, as we're embracing this energy, as we're seeing ourselves, we're also looking at our fears. What is holding me back? What do I doubt about myself? What am I questioning about myself? How can I move forward? How can't I move forward? Where is it that I want to be? And it brings us to the star. The night is going to be really important for us, just at the root of us. This time of the longest night of the year, that connection with the night, that connection with what we are seeing, what we are feeling, how we are moving forward, that connection with the stars, it's going to be important. If we can sit outside, just for a little bit. If you live in a really cold climate, you might think, Dane, you're being absolutely absurd. But I love walking at night, and I do live in a really cold climate. And just being able to connect with the silence, just seeing, the moon and the stars, and even, if it's snowing, and being able to kind of watch the snowfall, it can be really beautiful. It can be really almost it can give you like an outer body experience, almost that sense of there's so much more to the world than just where I am right now, or just make us feel a little bit more free. And we're going to see that with the moon and the stars. We're going to see that with this energy coming forward. We're facing our fears and we're looking at our dreams. And that's powerful. That's powerful for anybody, but that's going to be powerful for us, because once we see something, once we understand something, it's like, okay, that's what I'm going for. That's where I need to be in my life. This is like our North Star pointing us home. This is a sense of, what dream do I want to come true? What happiness do I want to embrace my life, to move forward in the direction that I want, to open up the doors in the way that I need. And the star has us looking at our dreams in a really real way, but it also has divinity, the universe, however we see it, however we say it, bringing forward what we need. Not necessarily what we want. It could be at times the opposite of what we want. We can sit there and think, oh my gosh, why is this happening? Because it's bringing us what we need. It's bringing us to that place of stability and foundation and insight and ideas. And it moves us to our inner selves with the 9 of Wands. And we're like so tired of the battles. We are so tired of fighting and having to prove ourselves. This is a time for us here, Leo, to say, I stand in my passion and my power. I stand in what I believe. And I'm not going to be swayed by everybody else's opinion. I'm not going to be in battle one more time. I'm moving forward in what I need and what I want, and I'm letting myself rest. I'm letting myself heal. If we put on too much, if we take on too much, we're going to feel headaches starting. We're going to feel our body really aching. We're not going to get good night's sleeps, okay, because we're too achy. It's going to be important for us to step into the energy of our bodies, to step into the energy of healing. And that moves us to the 5 of Cups. We're changing our mind and changing our whole entire life. We're changing what we're focusing on. And as we change what we're focusing on, we're setting ourselves free. The 2 cups in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, it's the 3 cups that are spilt on the ground. But if we turn around, we have the 2 of Cups standing behind us. And that's the Minor Arcana Lover's card. That's the sense of love and unity and connection. And that's what we're being called to embrace. And it moves us to the Hangman. We change our minds, we change our whole entire life. Well, that's exactly what the Hangman tells us to do. We're not seeing things the same way as everybody else. And we're going to think, wow, I'm not fitting in. I'm not part of that herd. That has to be wrong. And what Spirit is saying here is it's not. You can see things differently. You're walking between the spirit world and the earthly plane. You're looking at things in a very different way. It doesn't mean that it's wrong. It might mean that we have to explain things to people, in maybe ways that they can understand. It can be that we realize, okay, not that direction, but this direction. But it's when we start to come home into ourselves, when we start to listen to our intuition, listen to what we desire, and really honor that. It moves us to temperance. It moves us to balance. It's balancing us as we go deeper and deeper. It's balancing us as we look at what we truly want within this world and where it is that we truly need to be. It's balancing the day and the night, the conscious and the subconscious, the loud and the quiet. And it's finding a space. It's finding a place as we're moving forward, as we're stepping into what we want from our lives, what we need from our lives, and who it is that we are. Temperance energy is balancing us. We need to embrace that balance. And it moves us to the 6 of Pentacles, which is my Minor Arcana Justice card. It's like things aren't balanced. When we look at things inwardly, we're finding that balance, we're finding that harmony, we're finding that temperance. But when we look at things on the surface, if we look at our hearts, it's like something is out of kilter. And so as we're embracing this rebirth of this winter solstice, as we're embracing the longest night of the year, kind of the time in the womb to create and to grow, what we're going to see here is we're going to start to see what needs more time to develop, what needs extra care, what needs extra attention. And it moves us to the Three of Pentacles. And as we're embracing the Three of Pentacles, it's like, guard your prosperity, guard what is bountiful to you. Listen to your dreams. Know that wealth is coming forward. This is what we're creating to cloak ourselves in, to warm ourselves, to defend ourselves as we move forward. Dreams are going to give us insights. There are going to be knowings that come forward that open up doors, but they're going to be a little bit more gossamer than we would like them to be. They're going to be a little bit like blowing in the wind, just almost like dandelion fluff at times. So just be mindful of this. We're creating something of great detail. We're creating something of great intricacy. And this is done as we start to accept and honor the stages that we have been through in our lives, the child that we were, the adult that we are, the wisdom that we are becoming, the maturity that we are embracing as we grow older. Now, this is in traditional, mythology. This is the maiden, the mother, and the crone. But now we are incorporating it for everyone, and we're seeing ourselves gaining wisdom, gaining insight, gaining ideas, also needing to know that we need to work with others. This isn't going to be a time where things are just found out all on their own. No, this is going to be a time where we really start to revel in the discovery. And as we're reveling in the discovery, we have the Knight of Swords here in the public arena. We're charging forward after what we need. We're looking at things with openness and honesty. Now, this is why we can kind of give as great as the Queen of Swords gives, because we have that sharpness to us. We have that sharpness of mind, intensity of wit. And here with the Knight of Swords, we're going to see ourselves going after passion and curiosity and insight and ideas. We're going to see ourselves opening up the door. And as we do so, we're going to see ourselves slaying the demons that hold back our gifts, that make us afraid. We're going to see ourselves, looking at where it is that we truly want to be in our lives. We're going to be looking at the poison of the world, what isn't right for us, and saying, no, I reject it. We're going to see ourselves elevating our consciousness, elevating our energy vibration to be in a higher place, to awaken a part of us that has been slumbering for just way too long. We start to become the hero of our story. And as we do so, we start to trust ourselves more. We start to look at ourselves differently. We start to embrace our power. And that leads us to the 10 of coins. That leads us to wealth and prosperity. That leads us to generational blessings. We talk about generational curses. That's the sins of the father passed on to the sons, because you don't know any better, right? You learn what you are taught. You learn the world around you. And if that's all you see, if all we see is heartbreak and pain and disappointment and an endless struggle, that's what we emulate, even if we don't want to. With the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of coins, this is blessings. This is saying that there is a line within us of great prosperity, of bounty beyond measure. Are we going to embrace it? The 10 of Pentacles is not only our life, this life, but it's our past life. It's every blessing that we have learned, every good thing that we have done, and it accumulates. Why can't we step into that energy? Why? Because the baser energy vibration is so much easier to embrace. To say that I am worthy of wealth and prosperity, to look at all the issues that we have around wealth, look at all the hardships and the pains and the disappointments that we have around wealth, and being able to say, I'm worthy of prosperity. I'm worthy of having a, bank account that might not be, the bank account of the zillionaires, but will be the bank account of the person who is stable, who is secure, who is able to keep their lights on and put food on the table and pay their bills and own their house or rent whatever it is that you want to rent and be able to be secure. That's what I'm embracing. And I will build off of that. And I am now moving in security and in love and in sharing of goodwill and blessings with the world around me. It brings us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of. And that's the Prince of Swords. So the Prince of Swords can also be astoundingly reckless. Okay, just charge without thinking. So we need to be mindful of not doing that. It would be very easy for us to change the hero of the story to the person who makes a zillion blunders before they are the hero of the story. So just be mindful of that. Then we have the subconscious chakra energy and it's grounding. This is the Earth Star chakra located 6 inches below our feet. We are grounding ourselves to our passion, to what we desire within our lives. We are looking at how we're nourishing ourselves and saying, what's right for me? What's the best way to nourish and feed my soul and myself? So just think of it like you're planting a cactus, right? And you would think, okay, cactus, super easy, super low maintenance. But also we have to make sure that we're putting it in the right sandy soil, right? We have to make sure that we're taking care of it the way that cactus needs to be taken care of. And that's just what we're seeing here. Here it is an oak tree, of course, the complete opposite of a cactus, but we need to see how our roots are being nourished, how we are supporting ourselves, how we are feeding ourselves, how we are inspiring ourselves. The energy that is around us is going to be so important, but also how we feed from that energy. We then have our subconscious rooted energy, and this is the Hermit. This is Virgo energy. So if we're born on the cusp with Virgo, this comes through very powerfully, or if we have Virgo within our natal chart. But this is a time where we're looking at these dreams right here that are inspiring us, and they're starting to illuminate our way. We're turning inward, and that can be a little bit uncomfortable for us, Leo, because we would want to turn outward, we would want to do all the external things, but here we're turning inward, and we're going to need to see the path that lies ahead for our hearts. We're going to need to say, what does my heart need? What does my heart want? Where is it that I emotionally need to be? It moves us to our subconscious inner self, and that is the Hermit once again. What am I hoarding away? What gifts am I hoarding away that need to see the light of day? Just think of it. What does a dragon need with wealth and gold, and all these silly things that people value? What value is that to a giant lizard? What we're going to see here is what value is it of what I dream, of what I want, if I never let it shine in the light of day, if I never let it come forward. That's going to be really important for us during this time, Leo. It moves us to our subconscious emotional self, and that's the 10 of Cups. And they all live happily ever after. This is beauty and love and connection. This is what makes us happy, which can be completely different than what makes the other person next to us happy. We need to embrace our form of happiness, our love, our connection, what we desire from our lives, and let that shine around us and with us. We're coming to a conclusion of a cycle within our hearts and within our finances, and that's going to be a big deal. We're looking at what we love. We're looking at what happiness means for us. We're looking at what our souls need to nourish us and to lift us up. It moves us to our subconscious public arena self, and that's strength. That's us. We are represented by the Strength card in the major arcana. We're represented by the wands in the minor arcana. This is strength that doesn't come through brute force. This is strength of the unexpected type. The fact that the ant has the lion, kind of over a barrel here, has the lion in dire straits is going to be important. Don't judge first. Don't look and judge. Embrace and feel, and then move forward with confidence and a surety. We'll be surprised at the way things unfold, at the way we move forward, of what we're going after. We will be surprised that strength is not the brute force, muscly, determined, you will listen to me because I said so. Strength, it is the strength of love. It is the strength of connection. It is the strength of the heart. And it's the strength of compassion. All right, Leo. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy, as we embrace the power and the intensity of this winter solstice. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Leo, and may you have a blessed winter solstice.